Why silence makes you unstoppable. Psychology explained. The hidden strength of silence. Silence is not empty. Silence is full of power. Most people think power is loud. They think power means talking more. They think power means winning arguments. They think power means proving something to others. Psychology says something very different. Real power is quiet. Real power is calm. Real power is controlled. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strength under control. When you stay silent, you are not losing, you are choosing. You are choosing not to react. You are choosing not to explode. You are choosing not to give your energy away. This choice is what makes you unstoppable. In this first part, you will understand why silence changes your brain. You will see why calm people always have an advantage. You will learn why silence makes others respect you without force. This is not motivation without meaning. This is psychology made simple. Let us begin. 1. The world trains you to react. From a young age, you are trained to react. Someone talks, you answer fast. Someone attacks your idea, you defend yourself immediately. Someone disrespects you, you feel anger rise. This feels natural, but natural does not mean powerful. The human brain has a fast system. Psychologists call it the emotional brain. This system reacts before you think. It protects you from danger. But in modern life, this system creates problems. Most dangers today are not physical, they are emotional. A comment, a message, a look, a tone of voice. When you react fast, you give control away. The other person controls your emotions. The situation controls your behavior. You become predictable. Predictable people are easy to manipulate. Silence breaks this pattern. When you pause, the thinking brain wakes up. Psychologists call it the rational brain. This brain sees the full picture. This brain plans. This brain chooses. Silence creates space between stimulus and response. In that space, you gain power. 2. Silence is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is not about feeling less. It is about controlling what you do with feelings. Anger is not the enemy. Fear is not the enemy. Stress is not the enemy. Losing control is the enemy. Silence is emotional intelligence in action. When something triggers you and you stay quiet, your brain learns a lesson. It learns that emotions do not control you. You control them. This changes your inner identity. You stop seeing yourself as reactive. You start seeing yourself as grounded. People with emotional intelligence do not rush to speak. They observe first. They listen more than they talk. They let others reveal themselves. Silence gives you information. When you speak less, you notice more. You notice body language. You notice tone changes. You notice hidden intentions. Loud people miss these signals. Silent people see them clearly. This is why silence increases social power. 3. Why silence makes others uncomfortable. Silence has a strange effect on people. It makes them uneasy. When you do not react, others start to question themselves. They expect resistance. They expect explanation. They expect emotion. When they get nothing, their mind fills the gap. Psychology calls this projection. People project their fears onto silence. They wonder what you are thinking. They wonder if they went too far. They wonder if they lost control. This shifts power to you. You are calm. They are uncertain. Uncertainty creates respect, not fear, respect. Because you are not playing the same emotional game. You are operating on a higher level. Silence shows confidence without words. Confidence does not need to announce itself. Weakness always speaks first. 4. Silence builds inner authority. Inner authority is the feeling that you trust yourself. You do not need approval. You do not need validation. Silence strengthens this feeling. When you speak less, you depend less on reactions. You stop chasing agreement. You stop chasing attention. Your self-worth moves inward. This is a major psychological shift. Most people depend on external feedback, likes, praise, acceptance. Silence removes this addiction. You start feeling solid even when no one responds. This is emotional independence. Emotionally independent people are hard to control. They do not panic when ignored. They do not chase when rejected. They move calmly toward their goals. This calm movement is unstoppable. 5. The calm mind sees opportunities. A noisy mind misses chances. When your mind is loud, you rush decisions. You speak before thinking. You act before understanding. Silence quiets the mind. A quiet mind sees patterns. It sees timing. It sees openings. Many successful people are quiet not because they are shy. They are quiet because they are watching. They wait for the right moment. Psychology shows that delayed response improves decision quality. Calm people make fewer mistakes. They choose better words. They choose better actions. They do not waste energy on unnecessary battles. They conserve strength. This is strategic living. 6. Silence is self-respect. Every time you react emotionally, you lower your value. You tell the world that you can be moved easily. Silence sends the opposite message. It says you are stable. It says you are centered. It says you are not desperate. Self-respect is visible. People feel it without explanation. When you do not explain yourself to everyone, your words gain weight. When you speak rarely, people listen carefully. This is not manipulation. This is natural psychology. Scarcity increases value. Words become scarce when silence becomes your habit. 7. Silence trains mental discipline. Mental discipline is the ability to stay steady under pressure. Silence is training for the mind. Every time you hold back a reaction, you strengthen self-control. Self-control works like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. At first, silence feels uncomfortable. Your ego wants to speak. Your emotions want release. But if you stay quiet, the discomfort fades. What remains is clarity. This is the beginning of mastery. Mastery over speech, mastery over emotion, mastery over impulse. This mastery changes your presence. People sense it immediately. 8. Why calm people are hard to defeat. You cannot defeat someone you cannot disturb. If insults do not move you, there's no weapon. If pressure does not shake you, there's no leverage. Calm removes hooks. There's nothing to pull. Psychologically, conflict needs 2 participants. Silence removes one. This ends unnecessary fights. Not because you avoid conflict, but because you rise above it. You choose battles that matter. Energy saved becomes strength used wisely. This is how calm people win long-term. 9. Silence creates a strong inner image. Your brain watches your behavior. When you stay calm, your brain updates your self-image. It says, this person is strong. It says, this person is stable. Your confidence grows naturally. Not forced, not fake. This confidence is quiet. Quiet confidence is the most powerful kind. It does not need to prove itself. It simply exists. Others feel it. 10. The beginning of becoming unstoppable. Silence is the foundation, not the end, not the goal. It is the base. From silence comes clarity. From clarity comes control. From control comes power. Part 2. How silence changes social power and relationships. Silence does not only change your inner world, it changes how the world treats you. People respond to energy before words. Silence changes your energy. In this part, you will see how silence works in real life, in conversations, in relationships, in conflict, in leadership. This is where silence becomes visible power. 1. Silence resets social dynamics. Most conversations follow patterns. One person talks, the other reacts. One person pushes, the other resists. Silence breaks this rhythm. When you do not respond the way people expect, the dynamic shifts. They slow down. They pay attention. Your silence becomes the center of the room. Psychology shows that humans seek balance. When one side becomes calm, the other adjusts. Your calm forces others to match your level. This is how silence leads without words. 2. Silence makes your words heavier. People who talk all the time dilute their impact. Their words blend into noise. Silence creates contrast. When you finally speak, your words stand out. They land deeper. The brain assigns value to rarity. Rare words feel important. This is why quiet people often sound wise, not because they know more, but because they speak less. Each sentence feels intentional. This is verbal authority. 3. Silence in arguments is strategic. Arguments feed on emotion, volume, speed, intensity. Silence removes fuel. When you stay calm, the other person loses momentum. Their anger has nowhere to go. They repeat themselves. They soften their tone. Eventually, they stop. Psychologically, this creates a power reversal. The calm person controls the pace. You are no longer reacting. You are observing. This does not mean you agree. It means you choose when to engage. Control of timing is control of outcome. 4. Silence reveals people's true nature. When you talk less, people talk more. They fill the space. They explain themselves. They justify. They reveal emotions. Silence is a mirror. People see themselves in it. This gives you insight. You learn who is insecure. You learn who seeks approval. You learn who seeks control. Information is power. Silence gives information without effort. 5. Silence builds respect in relationships. Respect grows from boundaries. Silence is a boundary. It says, I will not react to everything. It says, I choose my responses. In relationships, this creates balance. You stop over-explaining. You stop over-giving. Your presence becomes grounded. People feel safer around calm energy. Calm is stable. Calm is predictable. This stability builds trust. 6. Silence stops emotional manipulation. Manipulation needs reaction. Guilt needs response. Anger needs engagement. Silence removes access. When you do not react, manipulation fails. The emotional hook slips. You remain centered. This protects your mental health. You are no longer pulled into emotional storms. You watch them pass. 7. Silence in leadership. Great leaders are not loud, they are clear. Silence gives space for thinking. Silence gives space for others to contribute. When a leader listens more than they speak, teams grow. People feel heard. People feel respected. Silence invites responsibility. People step up when they are not controlled by noise. This is quiet leadership. It lasts longer than authority by fear. 8. Silence creates psychological safety. When you stay calm, others relax. Your presence signals safety. No judgment, no pressure. This allows honesty. People share more with quiet listeners. They trust those who do not rush to respond.
Silence becomes emotional shelter.
9. Silence in daily life. In daily life, silence simplifies everything. You respond instead of react. You choose instead of rush. You stop arguing with strangers. You stop proving points online. Energy returns to you. Life feels lighter. This creates long-term strength. 10. Calm attracts authority. Authority does not come from control. It comes from composure. People follow calm. Calm signals confidence. Calm signals experience. When you are calm, people assume competence. This is unconscious psychology. Silence shapes perception before explanation. 11. Silence and personal boundaries. Silence helps you say no without words. You do not explain every decision. Your time becomes protected. Your energy becomes focused. This creates self-respect. Others adjust to how you treat yourself. 12. Why silence wins over time. Noise creates fast results. Silence creates lasting results. Silence builds depth. Noise creates exhaustion. Unstoppable people choose depth. They play the long game. 13. The shift from reaction to presence. Silence moves you into presence. You feel your body. You feel your breath. You stay in control of now. This presence is grounding. It keeps you steady when others fall. 14. Social power without force. Force creates resistance. Silence creates influence. Influence lasts longer. You do not need to dominate. You do not need to argue. Your calm does the work. 15. Preparing for true mastery. Silence is no longer just a habit. It becomes a lifestyle. In the final part, you will learn how to train silence daily. You will see how calm builds an unstoppable mindset. You will learn how silence shapes your future identity. This is where mastery becomes permanent. Part 3. Training silence and becoming unbreakable. Silence is not talent. Silence is training. You are not born calm. You become calm. In this final part, you will learn how silence becomes a daily habit, how calm turns into strength, how self-mastery becomes permanent. This is not theory. This is practice. 1. Silence begins with awareness. You cannot control what you do not notice. The first step is awareness. Notice when you feel the urge to speak. Notice when emotion rises. Anger, fear, pride. These moments are training moments. Instead of reacting, pause. One breath, then another. This pause is silence. Silence starts inside. 2. The pause that changes everything. Psychology shows that a short pause rewires behavior. Even 3 seconds matter. During the pause, the emotional brain slows down. The thinking brain wakes up. This is where choice appears. You can speak, or you can stay silent. Power lives in choice. 3. Silence is not suppression. Silence does not mean ignoring emotions. You still feel them. You just do not obey them. Feel anger without acting. Feel fear without running. This builds emotional strength. Emotions become information, not commands. 4. Training silence daily. Practice silence in small moments. When someone interrupts you, when someone disagrees, when someone tries to provoke you. Do nothing at first. Observe. Your body relaxes. Your breath slows. This is training. 5. Morning silence shapes the day. Start the day quietly. No phone, no noise, just breath and stillness. This sets your nervous system. A calm morning creates a calm mind. Calm carries through the day. 6. Silence and self-talk. Your inner voice matters. Silence reduces mental noise. You stop arguing in your head. You stop replaying conversations. The mind becomes clear. Clear minds make better decisions. 7. Silence builds identity. Your brain learns from behavior. When you stay calm, your identity shifts. You become someone who does not rush, someone who does not panic. This identity is powerful. It becomes automatic. 8. The unbreakable mindset. An unbreakable person is not emotionless. They are stable. They bend. They do not break. Silence creates this stability. Life pushes. You remain centered. 9. Silence and long-term success. Short-term success is loud. Long-term success is quiet. Calm people stay focused. Focused people stay consistent. Consistency builds results. Results build confidence. This cycle creates momentum. 10. Silence protects your energy. Every argument costs energy. Every reaction drains strength. Silence protects energy. You invest only where it matters. This makes you efficient. 11. When to speak. Silence teaches timing. You learn when words matter. When you speak, speak clearly, speak calmly. Your voice carries weight. People listen. 12. Silence in difficult moments. Hard moments test mastery. Loss, failure, rejection. Silence helps you process without collapsing. You feel pain. You stay grounded. This is inner resilience. 13. Silence and confidence. Confidence grows in quiet. You stop needing to explain yourself. You trust your path. This confidence is felt, not spoken. 14. Becoming unstoppable. Unstoppable does not mean aggressive. It means steady. Nothing pulls you off center. You move forward calmly, step by step. The final truth about silence. Silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of control. Control over emotion, control over action, control over self. This is true power. This is why silence makes you unstoppable. Final reflection. You do not need to fight. You do not need to prove. You need calm. You need clarity. Silence gives both.
If this video inspired you or helped you learn something new, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Motivation to Study English for 30 minutes every day. Your support is the energy that keeps us creating better and more meaningful videos every single day.